Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 1 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Justin Batt, who comes to us from Illuminatisports.ca. And, the Illuminati, I guess, is involved now in sports betting, sports handicapping, and Justin Batt is their representative, and he's going to cover a bunch of games with us. Right now, we're going to discuss Tennessee, KC. Justin Batt, thanks for being back with us.
Thanks, Peter. It's an honor always.
All right, so before we get to your analysis and pick on this game, tell folks a little bit about what Illuminatisports.ca is all about. I'm sure a lot of people are curious to hear.
Well, Illuminati Sports, we're a sports handicapping company based out of Canada. We've been open since 2012. We haven't had a single client complaint yet. Illuminati Sports also has an NFL pass out there for great value at a firm price of $249.99. I don't know anywhere else on the internet where you're going to beat that value for the amount of value that you get. And some of the cappers out there are just charging gluttonous amounts for a brand new season. Their records are dating all the way back to 20 years ago. But here's a tidbit of advice. Out with the old and in with the new. Go check out Illuminatisports.ca. You will not be disappointed.
All right, yeah. Well, I mean, the Illuminati traced their bloodline all the way back to the Merovingian bloodline, I believe, from France, was descended from Jesus. So obviously, if you sign up with your, site, you're getting that. That's, an advantage to say the least. All right, so Tennessee, KC is the second game you're going to discuss here. KC is a 3.5-point favorite. Total's 43 or 43.5, and KC, they've kind of been in free fall for half a season, and as Smith at quarterback, I'm not exactly sure if he is all that he's cracked up to be. People know that he's mediocre at best, and the Chiefs last season, some people say they got lucky, some people say they didn't, but clearly they're struggling with mediocrity right now. Tennessee has Wisenhunt, new program in there, and it looks like they do have some talent on the field. So once they get adjusted to Wisenhunt's schemes and everything, they could be a great team. They might have an excellent offensive line this year. It still remains to be seen, but there is some talent there, and they have talent on the defense. They are switching to the 3-4 scheme on defense, which might take some time, but they have the bodies, they have the talent. I know that KC is a very tough place to play as a road team, but my first thought is that we take Tennessee plus 3.5, and I'd also lean to the under at 43.5. Totals 43 or 43.5 market wide. What are your thoughts on this game, Justin Batt?
Well, Peter, I think we're going to see some very traditional smash mouth football here between both sides. For the Chiefs, we're going to be expecting to see a lot of handoffs for Jamal Charles. Everyone's starting him in fantasy week 1. I mean, the guy is just a beast. He went second overall in fantasy football pools, so he's a force to be reckoned with. In fact, he was ranked higher than Adrian Peterson, so we can expect a pretty big year for Jamal on the Chiefs. But beyond Jamal Charles, like you said, you got Alex Smith in the QB position. He just inked for a pretty big contract last week. He's pretty good for completions, but he's not known to throw deep. He's just known for a lot of underthrows and time-consuming drives. But I think this game might come down to just that, a smaller line where it could come down to the very final 2 minutes and, a field goal goes up on the board. So I can see Andy Reid having confidence in his kicker, Ryan Suckup. He's coming off a career best in 2013, 2014 with 118 points. So Andy Reid's not going to hesitate to use his leg, especially in fourth down situations. For the Titans, nothing's changed out of the I formation. Sean Green's going to get a bulk of the carries for the first 2 games, even though the focal point could eventually shift to Bishop Sankey. Quarterback Jake Locker's coming off from an injury-plagued career thus far. He has shown poise and promise when he's starting, but he hasn't been able to find a rhythm when healthy. Nate Washington and Cal Rater is definitely going to be serviceable, and they're going to benefit the Titans. But in all honesty, research really doesn't help appeal to us for this game, but it's rather the line, so let's get to the pick.
Okay, let's get to the pick. My 2 leans, Tennessee plus 3.5 and under 43.5. Is your pick either one of those?
Well, Peter, it's 1 of the 2. I think this game's going to be a battle of the running backs with Jamal Charles and Sean Green. And there was a lot of discrepancies between offshore sites and listings in Vegas for the Chiefs at -6 and -4.5. So we're avoiding a side and we're going with the under 43.5 for this one.
Okay, that sounds very reasonable, very good to me. Under 43.5 it is. Thanks so much, Justin.